Good day, everyone. Today we will be discussing about motivation and its importance. And to begin with, we will be defining the motivation first. Now, motivation is the emotional stimulus that causes you to act. The stimulus may be a need or a drive that energizes certain behaviors. For example, at work, motivation is a combination of all factors in your working environment that lead you to positive or negative efforts. If you understand what motivates you, you are more likely to achieve your personal and professional goals. Likewise, if organizations know how to motivate employees, they can increase productivity. This ability to boost production is increasingly important as US organizations compete in the global market. A growing number of organizations are introducing new strategies to motivate today's workers. To predict what motivates people most effectively, you must guess what physiological and psychological processes underlie their behavior. For example, if worker 1 works much harder than worker 2, it's logical to assume that worker 1 is more highly motivated than worker 2 to achieve some goal, perhaps a bonus, a promotion, or the prestige associated with being the top producer in the organization. However, unless worker 1 explains why he is working harder, one can only guess what his motivation or need may be. Through studies of motivation and behavior, psychologists have generally concluded that all human behavior is directed towards satisfying a need. Now, just take a look of this illustration. This illustrates a basic behavior model with an unsatisfied need as a starting point in the process of motivation. An unsatisfied need causes inner tension. It may be physical or psychological. Then the individual engages in some action to reduce the relief or tension. Then after that, the individual wants to do something that will satisfy the perceived need. For example, a thirsty man wants to do, of course, a thirsty man is needing a water and is driven by his thirst and is motivated to drink. All humans have needs. People need to be accepted, fulfilled, recognized, and appreciated. They need to dream, aspire, desire, and acquire. Understanding the complexities of these motives or needs, our own as well as those of others, is essential in establishing and maintaining good human relations. Your behavior, like everyone else's, is clearly motivated by needs, and yet you may often not understand the complexities and subtleties of your motives and needs. How often have you done something and then ask yourself, why did I just do that? And awareness of this action will help you better understand your behavior. Now, let's go to wants versus needs. Your wants may be different from your needs, as however, we are conditioned to think that our wants are our needs, when in fact, a need can be satisfied much more simply. We all have needs, which differ greatly in origin and occur in varying degrees of intensity. Needs are divided into two categories. We have the primary category, which is physiological, and the secondary, which is the psychological. Let's go to primary needs first. Primary needs are required to sustain life. Of course, because these needs are basic to survival, we can easily understand why and how they affect a person's behavior. The primary needs, of course, includes the food, water, air, sleep, and shelter for individual survival, and sex or reproduction for survival of a societal group. For the secondary needs, this is psychological and are far more complex. They include the need for security, affiliation or love, respect, and autonomy. Secondary needs are a result of our values and beliefs. These needs are not identical for everyone, and neither is the value or priority placed on satisfying them. Now, to sum up the comparison between the needs and the wants, let's just take this example. An ice cream is basically not a need because we don't actually need an ice cream in order for us to survive. It's just only a want. However, when we compare it to the three meals a day, for example, the breakfast, the lunch, or the supper, it is far more important in order for us to survive. That is why these three meals are needs, not wants. So that's all for my report for today. Thank you for listening.